Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive videos, link in description. We are doing NCT World 2.0, NCT Dream Mental Camping, Level Up Project, all seasons, Blackpink House, Twice TV, 16. We had Kingdom, Knowing Bros, Running Man, K-Dramas, and Hypen, GOT7, 17, and so much more. So link in description down below. Hey guys, Angie, and today we have me ranking every Going 17 episode. I've done it a certain way because a lot of the older ones weren't like game or variety, it was more like behind the scenes since that's how it started. So we're starting with 2019 because I feel like that's the shift, because 2018 was a spin-off and then they were like, okay, that did well, let's just make it variety. And I'm skipping a few of the episodes in 2019 because the first few were concert behind the scenes things. And I had reacted to all these. I reacted to 2018, the spin-off and all that. It was on my old channel though. But they did just release a commentary and I was like, okay, y'all are rushing me now, aren't you? This is gonna probably be released after I post that though. I don't know how to do this. So I kind of, okay. Starting from 2020, they named things a certain thing. Like, it would be like the Carnival episode, Sungwon's Boo, Past Life Destiny. Like, there's names. You guys probably know which one I'm talking about. For 2019, they did it too, but it was kind of different. So I'm going to say the year, and then for 2019, I'll say the number, and then what the episode's about. And then from 2020, we're just going to say, like, the episode that it was, like, mystery. Like, there was certain names for it. But yeah, I was like, do I record it, or do I just speak? Might put pictures, might not. Maybe I'll be lazy. But if you're a carrot and you're watching this, you probably know all the episodes. If not, I'll try to describe them and we'll discuss why I like it, why the ones at the bottom aren't my favorites. The list, there's 52 because like there's pairs, so it's like mystery is 2 parts, things like that. This is just my opinion. We're going over creativity, replay value, maybe the episode's too long, maybe it shouldn't have been 2 parts, things like that. We're gonna discuss. But for the first, wait, should we go backwards? Dang it, I should have went backwards. Oh well, we're going forward. We're going from number 1, I guess. I feel like I should have went the other way. I always do that. I'm like, maybe I should have went least to most favorite. Oh well, I guess we're doing this. But so 2020 Carnival, just kidding, that's a joke. It's not my favorite. But I feel bad. I'm like, Joshua, it should be number 1. Actual number 1 is Past Life Destiny. Someone's Boo Past Life. I'm like, why does every show get a second part for 2021 except that one? That one has, I think, the most views. No, I don't think it does. That's wrong. But it's definitely one of the top most viewed. I'm actually now curious. What's the most viewed episode? Going 17. What's the most viewed episode? It's gonna be kind of hard to see. Wow, the disappointment I feel. The disappointment in my heart. Boo Sugwon's Past Life Destiny only has 3 million views. What are you guys watching? What are you doing? I don't understand. I thought it was higher. It's not. I think the most viewed is the tag one. That actually makes sense when I thought about it more. I'm hurt. No wonder they don't do it again. You guys aren't giving it the views it deserves. That's my favorite episode ever. I rewatch it literally all the time. 3 million of those views are probably from me. But yeah, I think the tag one is the most viewed one, but only the second part because of being how I'm guessing. Then we have, surprisingly, I think I kind of like, how do I word this? I kind of get mad. I get mad when people say start from 2020 because like 2019 have some great episodes. I feel like people don't give 2019 Going 17 the chance it deserves when people ask, where should I start reacting to Going 17? Everyone says 2020, but I'm like, I'm mad. I'm like, 2019 has some iconic episodes, and I just, it's not that hard to start from 2019. Just say start from episode like 6 or something. I forgot which one it is, but you get the iconic like birth of the theme song, People don't realize that the theme song is recorded and there was whole episodes dedicated to it, and then they just don't. No one watches that episode because no one tells them to start from 2019. They always say start from 2020. 2019 is where the like growth went from going 17, and you're not. Ugh, why am I so heated about this? Because I feel like people are missing the cool episodes from 2019, and no one, like the first TTT, all that. Well, it's not the first. 2018 was the first, right? Right. But still, you know, we had to start from 2019. Tell people to start from 2019 more. There's no, like, do you just not find it entertaining to watch people's reactions to that season? Because any 17 reaction is a good reaction to me. Like, I would just rather start from the origin. Obviously, we can't start from the origin, like 2017 or whatever, but you know, the origin of the variety side at least. Anyways, 2019 MBTI. That's why I really want people to react to 2019, because those episodes were so good. It's 14, 15, and 16 from 2019. That's my second favorite episode ever. I rewatched that one a billion times. I love seeing them get scared. I do kind of wish maybe it like was shorter, but they're not as long as these ones. Then we have 17's Got Talent from 2020. I love that. I like seeing them kind of play characters, and it's a more laid back one, and I kind of like those episodes more. You'll kind of see that. I don't like it when it's too chaotic, because then it kind of takes away from the members and their personalities, and I kind of want more. I like to kind of see them be the funny part, not the concept, if that makes sense. Like, I want the entertainment to mainly be around them. And that's kind of why I prefer 2020 over 2021. We'll get to it though. But we do have 2021 next, which is the best friends episode of the school one, the recent school episode. The only downside is Minghao and June aren't in it, and they would have been really funny in some of those games, man, especially June. But I love that episode. That kind of felt like old school going 17 to me more, because once again, the humor is based around them. Sometimes simple games are better. Sometimes they're funnier, because it's more focused on them being funny. Like, 17 are funny alone. They don't need too chaotic or creative or intricate games. Sometimes just them is enough. And that's kind of the issue to me with going 17 and Run BTS. They're still great shows, and I love them. But I do hope we can simplify it a bit more, at least for some episodes, because I do like some of their really creative ones. Then we have Tribal Night, which is, once again, it's a more simple episode. It's just them playing games. It's from 2021. It's the episode where they were playing like older games, like the Whisper Challenge and stuff like that. Then 2020's Four Wheel Rider. Love that one. I actually don't mind it being very long, because they filled up the time well. I think it was like 3 episodes, wasn't it? Or was it 2? I don't remember. But I really like that one. I like the Mario Kart aspect of it, like them having like water guns and stuff like that. Then we have 2020 Mouse Busters. I wish it wasn't. The only downside to it, which is why it's lower, is I kind of wish they. Junghan said it there too. Like, they kind of made the landscape too big. That's a lot of my issues with going 17. Sometimes it's like too big, which makes it harder, which makes it not as funny. But it's still funny because it's 17. But like, if they decreased it from the beginning, it would have been more entertaining, I think, because like even Hoshi was bored. He had to make it more entertaining. So I think that's the only issue. And also, if we're going to be like very intricate about it, I think it is kind of unfair that the mouses 96.9, they had powers, but then the other group didn't. It kind of made it very obvious they were going to win. Now, it would have I need to be the director. If they made the space smaller, they would have gotten caught more and had to use the powers more, and then it would make sense that they had all those powers. But since the landscape was so big, when the rare time that they did get caught, like, they were going to win anyways. And then that power where they can release all the mouses, like, it was just a failed opportunity there. I hope they do it again though, because then maybe they'll fix those problems, but it was still funny. I do think they should have just made it 2 episodes. The first episode is a lot of the planning. The second episode is them actually playing the game. And isn't it 3 episodes? Yeah, then the third one, half of it was just them playing the orange game. And even they were like, yeah, that's funnier than the actual episode. And I was like, shade. But it's 17, so they made it funny. That's why it's that high up. 2020's going episode with the magazine. Love it. So simple. Just them. I've been begging for a fashion episode for so long, like them dressing each other up and stuff, and that was the closest we've gotten. So, but it was for the magazine, so it's not like them actually using like their own clothes and dressing each other and all that. I really want to see them do that so bad. I will beg until it happens. But we got the iconic magazine from it, and I don't think that was planned out, right? So if it was really smart, but I don't think it was planned out. I think people were asking and then they actually did it, or did they plan it out? I don't remember. But I love those episodes, and they're very chill but very funny. I liked it. Then 2020's The Tag. I like it, but a lot of episodes like that I feel like aren't actually scary, and I'm okay with it because I don't want them to actually be scary, especially certain members, but like it's scarier than some other ones at least. But these episodes do kind of get repetitive since it's just the same layout. I kind of wish they actually go to haunted houses where there's actual like Dreamcatchers. Was it Hyun who went to a haunted house? She went to an actual haunted house. I guess they're closed right now though, but even before, they won't actually go to haunted houses because after a while it's just like another searching episode. But we got the iconic clips, so you know. Then yeah, I think it should have been a 1-parter maybe. I felt like it was kind of dragged out in some parts. Then we have the TTT Hyper Realism. Is that my favorite episode? Really? I feel like the other one should be higher. I'll go with this one. This one is just because they're very drunk during it, and I think it was fun to see them drunk because we don't see 17 drunk very much, or at least we didn't at that time. So yeah, that's the one where it was 2020, and they went to, like, Vernon was sleeping and they were playing the volleyball and everything. Now we have Let's Go 17 from 2021. This is, I think, the second episode, wasn't it? Or the second? It's the obstacle course where they run like those bouncy houses and stuff like that. I love that episode so much, and I feel like it's underrated. I feel like I don't even see people use clips from it that much. I think that's a 2-parter. If it is, it should have been 1 part. I think most of these, the issue is, my issue with variety shows recently is there's way too many parts, and I talked about this on my recent Run BTS reaction, which I don't know if it'll be posted by this time, and I don't know if you guys watched those, but I don't like that they're multiple parts. I feel like it drags out a lot of the funny parts. A lot of the beginning is maybe blabbing and talking, and then maybe I feel like they should just do behind the scenes, because Gwen 17 doesn't have behind the scenes, right? Do they? I don't think so. I would have probably known by now. I think unless they're playing multiple games, it should only be 1 part, and then just condense it, because they have good editing anyway. So I'm like, why do these sometimes feel too long? I think the benefit, at least with 17, is there's 13 members, so they got more of an excuse. Run BTS, it's like there's only 7. They could, and then they're like 50 minutes long. You can definitely condense that. But yeah, I think especially with like the Let's Go 17, it didn't need to be that long. And I feel like it could. And if you have a lot of footage and they're like 25 minutes long, and you do 2 parts, you could have at least just made it like 1 part 40 minutes, or like 20 minutes each, or something like that. I feel like sometimes there's like really long parts where I'm like, they're just walking around doing things. That's more for like the mystery episodes, which we're gonna get to. But it's just me maybe, and it's not that I'm bored. It's just like sometimes I feel like I don't know, because I love long content. Most of the time it's like it makes sense. But yeah, that one's fine. I like that one a lot. Then we had 2019's Playground episode, which was episode 24 and 25. They go on the playground, and then they're like playing The Floor is Lava, basically. I love that episode. I've rewatched it many times. Junghan's a brat in it. And then the second part was like, half of it was the Secret Santa one, so it was kind of weird. But they were playing that kick can game. I really like that episode. Really like that one. Then we have 2020, The 8, and 12 Shadows. That's definitely one that should have been a 1-parter. I think most agree with that, because it was a fun idea and concept, but it definitely went on too long, and they were even getting bored during it. but I feel bad because it's actually a really creative and fun idea. I just think that's one that 100% should have been condensed, and it would have made it more fun and creative. Maybe would have given it more views, but I think it has a lot of views anyways. But that's more from the funny memes in it. But there's a lot of blank time. They could have maybe worked on the idea a bit more because he had such a smart idea. Then we have 2021's Kickball. I liked it because it was a sport that's not repetitive. I noticed K-pop, they mainly just play volleyball, which I didn't even know existed until I got into K-pop. And I feel like there's so many sports, and yet that don't require anything but a ball, and yet a lot of groups only play that game. I don't know if it's just because it's very popular, but like even in America, football's like the sport, but people play basketball, soccer, things like that, and tennis. But I feel like I only see idols play volleyball, and it gets very boring. I know kickball is basically like you're still kicking the ball, but it was fun because it's a baseball's kind of origin of the sport. It's like baseball and like soccer, kind of. I guess you can compare it to like that. So at least it was really fun. It was very different. I really liked it, and they were actually doing pretty good with it, and they had some fun ideas with it. I think they could have just done it alone, like just played kickball, and I would have had fun. Which, didn't they do that for a few rounds? I don't remember. It's been a while, but it would have been fun anyways. But I think actually adding some stuff to it made it more fun instead of overdoing it anyway, so it worked out well. Very funny. Then we have the actual ranking where I'm going to put the carnival episode, which is Joshua's episode that got like trashed. Poor baby, my poor boy. I feel bad for him actually, like I generally did feel bad. But it was fun. It was fun. There was a lot of funny memes in it, a lot of different it was just unique to see them fail. I think that's the fun of that episode. I actually do rewatch it sometimes. I like Ming Hao's rant. That was hilarious, where he just threw the table. Then we have 2019's the theme song making, which is 6 and 7. I love that. It was fun to see them kind of act and stuff. It's like one of the closest things we're going to get to them kind of making a drama. I'm waiting. They better have a drama episode this year or I'm quitting 17. Just kidding. But maybe. But that was just such a fun episode. I think out of every Going 17 episode, I probably rewatched that one the most. It's because for like a year or so joining like the Carrots fandom, that was like my favorite episode until we started getting like all these really fun ones. So adding all that up, and then I just loved seeing them record the song, make the song, then make the video, made the intro like thing, and then they don't even use it. They like used it for a few episodes. But you know, I really wish they kind of kept that intro. Kind of annoying. Whatever though. Then we have the 2019 TTT 21 and 23. It's when they were like with the cats, and then Wanu was out here looking like a full snack, full course meal with his shoulder all, exposed. Like he's wearing like the muscle t-shirt with the beanie and the baggy pants. I'm like, Wanu, why are you looking so good? I like that one because it's the most relaxing one, and it actually felt like a TTT. Like they were just chilling, sleeping in tents, playing with cats. I think that's the most healing TTT. Because then the 2021 they're just getting drunk, and the 2021 one they're doing water sports. So it's like this one actually felt relaxing. I hope we go back to that vibe this year if they do TTT this year, because I feel like they deserve to actually just like rest. I guess they have In the Soup though. In the Soup is basically the equivalent of like that TTT. Very chill, very relaxing. Then we have 2020's Don't Lie #1. This one's this high up because I feel we're gonna get to the other ones. I feel like that's the most like actually like mysterious, and like the ending felt kind of like rewarded. It's the origin as well, so I feel like it's just the best one to me, because afterwards they almost get like too good at it, and after a while, after you do Mafia for a while, it's not as fun to me. for like if you're watching the same group do it over and over again, because like it's still fun, but it's, you know, the first one's always the best. I think it's a good first one, and I always remember who they were, like who the mafias were. I remember all this, like it just felt the most like thick with plot. And it's the one I can rewatch the most because I like to see like the little things they were doing throughout it. Then we have 2021's dive into TTT. That's the water sports one. I think it's really fun. It's like a good mixture of them having fun and them relaxing. Then 2021 Ego. I want to put this higher just because of how good it was. But I realized when I was gonna try to rewatch it, it's not as fun to rewatch it because the first time you're watching it, you're going through with them and you're learning everything along the way. And the reveal at the end is just, whoa. But it's kind of like once, I don't know if it's just me, if I watch like a mystery or something, it's not fun to rewatch it again because I still just sometimes do it, but like, it's not fun to rewatch it again because now you know what it is, and going through the adventure of finding out who it is, it's not as fun because you already know and you're kind of just rewatching them learn it, but you've already seen it. So and it's very repetitive, but it didn't feel repetitive when you were watching it because you were learning along the way with them. But now that I know it, it's just like I'm watching them learn things I already know, and it's not as fun. Also, wasn't it June's idea, right? And he didn't get to be in it, so I feel kind of bad. It doesn't like hit the same anymore. It's fun to watch other people watch it though. So like when people react to it, I like to see them watch it. But it's not one I would ever rewatch on my own because I already know the ending and I already saw them get scared or shocked about things or learn stuff. So it's not as fun. But it's so good, so I put it high. I'd probably put it lower, to be honest, if it wasn't so well done and executed well. Then we have 2020 Going versus 17. I loved the concept of it and I loved the actual episode, but once again, foot volleyball is just kind of redundant to me now. And it took up like a whole episode. I don't know. I also just don't like sports that much. So sometimes if I watch too much of an idol group playing foot volleyball, I kind of just need a different sport. I'm getting bored of it. But it's still fun. I just wish they had more games. And the games they had, it's like, so why'd you rent out this gymnasium when you did like a lead pencil game? It's like they spent their budget on the gymnasium. They did a lead pencil game, and then the cotton thing. Why didn't you just do that in the studio? They just rented it for the foot volleyball, but they could have saved a lot of money and did the like lead pencil thing in the studio and then went outside and then just played some kickball or foot volleyball on grass. Like, you know what I mean? So I felt like when we got that like whole gymnasium, I thought we were going to play more actual creative games. Also, wasn't it a basketball court? Why didn't we have basketball? I really want to see 17 play basketball. I want to see, is there a group that's played basketball? The only group I've ever seen play basketball is BTS, and that's just because Yoongi actually was a basketball player. But like, does no one play basketball? Is it not a pop? No, it has to be a popular sport because Yoongi played it, and wasn't it in an Isaac game or something? I think I've seen actual idols play basketball there, but I don't know. Can we have bowling? Something different. I wish there were more athletic games there, or something a bit bigger where everyone can participate, because Mingyu and Wonu actually didn't participate much anyways. But it was fun. Liked it. I rewatch it frequently. Then we have 2020-17 outside. Wow. I just got news. It just popped up on my phone that Monsta X's concert got delayed again. My heart's now broken. Do I continue doing this? Oh my god. Dang. My heart just dropped a little. Alright. Just go through, Angie. 17 outside. 17 Side Out. It's based on Inside Out. I liked it. I'm glad it's one part. That's how you know, like, well, it was a sponsor, wasn't it? But wow, now I'm like thrown off. It's a good example of it's funny because it's one part. If it was two parts, it wouldn't have been up this high. Then we have 2021 Don't Lie. The third one, I definitely, wait, is that this? Yeah. Okay. I liked it more than part two because the ending was really good. But it's one of those where now that I know the ending, it doesn't hit the same once again. Then we have 2019's Secret Santa. That's episode 26. I love that. Jung-han was a bit of a jerk in it, but he redeemed himself, and it's okay because I know he was joking. But I'm glad he gave Ming-hao his iPad back. I like it. I like the Minito in the episodes. I wish we had more episodes like that where they had like a Minito where they had to do like missions to kind of mess with the others. I always think that's iconic, really funny, and I like a lot when groups have like missions like that. There are 13 members, so it does make it a bit harder to keep up, though. That's the issue. Then we have Don't Lie number 2. This one is the one I always kind of forget about. I don't remember who the Mafias are. I just rewatched it like a week ago. I still forgot who the Mafias are. I think one was Dino. Was June one? I don't remember who the Mafias are. I never remember. I always forget who they are. Was it Mingyu? Hoshi, like the funny thing about that episode is Hoshi's outburst. It's a very forgettable one to me, but I think a lot of people prefer that over the first one. But I think maybe because the Don't Lie part 1, it has like, it was the first one, so I just remember the Mafias more. I don't know. I also just didn't find it as like intriguing of an episode. But I still liked it. Like when I'm saying these things, I still like the episodes. Then we have 2020's bungee jumping. Some of the things they were doing were very like you needed to know Korean sometimes, like some of the jokes they made. But I liked some of the games they were doing. That was a more chill one. I liked it. I feel bad for Woozy. He jumped when he didn't have to. I liked the game they played during it though. Like, wasn't like they had something they couldn't do, and then when you did, that's when you go bungee jumping. Like, you had to like avoid a certain word or something. I cannot remember, but it was something along those lines. Then we have 2021 Roulette Life. The idea was so good, and I really liked it. I think they could have done a bit more with it though. It was almost like not wasted because I really liked what they did. It was really funny. But I don't know, there's something about it where I'm like, oh, they definitely could have just done like something a little more grasping, because I almost forgot about that episode, even though I remember I really liked it when I watched it. But I almost forgot about it when I had to go, like, when I was going through the list to like make my list. I felt like it could have had a little bit more oomph to it. But it's still really good. It could be higher. I have to rewatch it because it's probably higher actually. Then we have Christmas in August. This is one where it definitely should have been a one-parter because there's so many funny moments in it, but it's one of those episodes where they could have edited a lot out and just been a one-parter. Maybe like a 35-minute one-parter. Catchstock. This one was so frustrating. It was way too difficult for my brain. I'm just not at the level where I can understand a lot of it. It kind of hurt my head. I like the second part though. I like the second episode. That hurt my head. That made my brain hurt. Then we have Christmas in August. Oh no. Then we have Planting Rice and Making Beds. That one should have been a one-parter. The second part was funnier. It's when they were planting rice and making beds. It's in the title. Then we had Ad Genius. That's an underrated classic. It's a one-parter. Very well done one-parter. I want to put it higher, but I have to kind of rewatch it to see if it's funny the second time. But I just thought it was funny. It made me laugh a lot. It's not the most creative one, but I really liked it. Then we have 2019, episodes 17 and 18. This is Karaoke Escape. I don't find karaoke episodes that funny. Because a lot of times I don't know the song. I don't really find karaoke that, like, riveting anyways. Like, before K-pop, I barely ever, like, I knew what karaoke was, obviously, but I feel like it's more fun to do rather than watch. But I do remember when they got, like, first place, and their reaction's funny, and there's some funny parts in it. It's not one I rewatch a lot, though. Then we have 17 Kitchen for Two. Really liked that one, but not for, like, a rewatch. It was fun to watch the first time. Then we have Debate Night number 2. I don't like the Debate Nights that much. I feel like they're the one, I'm like, why does this have 3 seasons? I don't know why this one's chosen, but I'm not mad at it. Like, if they're having fun doing it, it's fine. But I'm looking, and it doesn't have as many views as some of the other ones. So I feel like people don't rewatch it that much either. So why is it just because it's easy to do? It's just this, like, they're lazy, not lazy, but like they're, okay, we don't have much time to film, let's just do a debate night real quick. I feel like that's what it is. Also, it should just be one part. I think if it's one part, once again, it's probably more entertaining. I don't know how they get this much footage. I guess because it's a lot talking. But yeah, debate night number 2. Then we have 2019's 12 and 13. I wasn't going to add these, but I really like these episodes. Is they're like tour vlogs when they're like in New York and stuff. I like those episodes. Then we have Insomnia Zero from 2020. I'm of the rare, like, bunch where Insomnia Zero is not my favorite show. I don't know. Wait, is this number 2? Why is Insomnia Zero number 2? Where's Insomnia Zero number 1? Oh no, yeah. Insomnia Zero number 1. Insomnia Zero number 1 is just funnier because it has a lot of funnier parts. I'm trying to see the views. Yeah, it seems like most agree because it has more views than the second Insomnia Zero. Also, just probably because it's Insomnia Zero number 2 is just more recent, so obviously it's gonna get less views. I think the first one's funnier. As always, the first one's always funnier, isn't it? Then we have 2020 Bad Clue. I'm not a fan of, like, the impromptu acting things. I like when idols act, but I like it more when it's like in a parody K-drama way and there's like somewhat of a script and they're dressed up and it's actually like they're acting. Like, that's why I really want them to do a parody K-drama, because Bad Clue's kind of close, but then it's like a game too, and it's hard to keep up with the characters and the backstories and remembering who's related to who. It's a lot of, like, work for variety. I feel like variety to me should be fun and you're just watching it. Maybe that's just me. I feel like a lot of people like the mystery of it all. I do, but I don't go to variety shows of K-pop groups for that. I go for, like, to have fun and laugh. But maybe that's just me. Because it's kind of reminding me a bit of, like, when BTS's Mafia thing, where I don't have as much fun in the newer ones because they're too complex and there's a lot to remember. And you kind of, it's not as fun to me to watch it. I kept up decently well. I'm gonna give myself props for that because it was really hard to keep up with it. But yeah, that's when there's that mystery over, like, who kills someone's, like, the dad of a company or something. I don't even remember what it's about, to be honest. But it was just very hard to kind of keep up with it. And I feel like it shouldn't, like, that's where I feel like sometimes it gets too complex. But that's just for me. I know a lot of people really love those episodes. And I think it has a lot of views. But it's not, I definitely never rewatched it. I don't even remember, like, I haven't rewatched that one. I think it's one of the least viewed for 2020. I'm looking at the views right now, and a lot of 2020s have like 5-6 million. This one has 2 or 3 million. But, like, I think that's just because even people probably don't rewatch it that much because it's mainly fun the first time around. Then we have 2019 episode 11 or 10 and 11. It's like a farming episode where they're, like, making coffee and things like that. I just decided to add it because I was going through those ones. Then we have 2019's debate night. I did not remember they did this in 2019. I don't even remember what the debate was about, to be honest, but I just put it lower because I don't remember what the debate's about. The second one, I remember most of those debates. Then we have 2020 mystery. I think that one should have been a one-parter, and then it'd be way higher, because I do find the whole DK thing funny at the end, where he kind of messed up on his own there. But yeah. Then we have 2020 Pie in the Sky. It's one where you kind of need to know Korean and stuff to like get a lot of the humor in that episode. I think they were like just eating and like making like rumor, like it's hard to explain it anyways. Like you probably know what I'm talking about. The Pie in the Sky episode. It's hard to keep up with it. I don't rewatch it much. Then we have 2020's Escape Room. Escape rooms aren't that fun to watch to me. That's it. Because it's hard to keep up because you're not with them, and you're usually jumping between 2 or 3 rooms. So then my head kind of, I'm kind of forgetting what one group's escape room plot is, because we're jumping to another room. They have a different plot, and then 17's big, so I think there was 3 rooms, and it was hard to keep up with like the plots for each of the escape rooms, and I feel like it's not as fun to watch. I think once again that's something where I find it's more fun when you're doing it, and it's kind of hard to like watch someone do a mystery thing when you're not like talking with them. That it's like very much more fun to do. Then we have 2021 1,000,001. I really liked that episode, and then it got like really repetitive because it was just kind of Junghan interviewing everyone like multiple times, and then I got a little confused. I got a little lost along the way. I was here for it. It was really funny. I like Junghan like interrogating people and kind of making him side with him. So I remember a lot of it, but it was a little confusing. I think that's one of those things where they could have cut a lot out. It doesn't even have to be a one-parter. Just like cut some of it out so it's not too repetitive. Then 2020 Human Chess. Isn't that Sungcheol's first video back in 2020? I don't watch that one a lot. It was funny the first watch, but it's not like a one I'd go to much. Not really any reason why, it just wasn't my favorite. Then we have Insomnia Zero number 2. Like I said, I think the first one's just funnier. It's one of those things where they didn't have to do it twice. It's not one that I feel, because the whole point of it is kind of to make their heart rate go up and kind of like talk trash about them and make up lies and everything. But once you do it the next year, it's like you don't have much dirt on them anymore because you used it in the first one. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was still a fun first watch. 2021 Debate Night number 3. I don't remember most of what they debated about. Yeah, so that's where it is. 2021 Going Company. I feel like that was the first episode, right? I didn't get it. I was kind of confused during it. It was a weird first episode. It wasn't a good like first impression to me. Also, I got blocked, so I kind of got maybe a little petty towards that. It was fine. It was kind of weird though. It was a weird episode. It felt like a fever dream. I kind of forgot it happened. I really don't watch it much. Let me see what the views are. Probably a lot of views because it's the first episode. Yeah, not that many views. Yeah. 17 Brain Survival. I don't really like watching people do math and stuff. Then 2021 13 Raiders. I'm kind of like, that's the island episode. That kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I wasn't a fan of it. I think a lot of people are very mixed on that one. It was just kind of useless, and there was a lot of budget, and isn't that the one that went on TV? I feel like that was a weird episode. They weren't doing anything. They could have done so much there. They could have played foot volleyball if they really wanted to. I felt like the company just threw them there, said there was treasure, and just hoped for the best. I don't know. Or is it a lot of budget? I mean, I feel like if you're on an island, there's probably some budget there. Maybe not. Maybe they just go to an island, but I don't know. It kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't even like rewatching it. It made me kind of mad. I felt like it was a wasted episode for no reason. They could have done the K-drama there. Me with my K-drama for them. Then 2020 Delivery Food Fighter episode. It's another episode where you kind of need to know Korean to watch it. But yeah, it's like it's a chiller episode. Then we have 2019, my least favorite. It's episode 27 and 28. I really don't remember much of it. It's called Secret Life of Going Sebong. Isn't this like where they were kind of coming up with more ideas? I don't even know if I finished watching it. I probably didn't react to it. I don't remember. I don't remember the episode, so it's down there. But yeah, that is my ranking of Going 17 episodes. I think they say their favorite episodes in the episode that I'm about to watch, so it's going to be interesting to see what they like. Obviously, they're doing the episode, so it's probably from their experience what they prefer doing, what they're into. I also feel like they come up with a lot of fun ideas and the company doesn't use a lot of them, because I feel like some of these ideas they didn't even suggest but they asked them for ideas and I'm like, why don't you actually listen to their ideas? They do sometimes though. I think maybe it's just like issues with budgeting, or like I think they have a pretty big budget though. Probably just filming wise they have to, I scratched myself when I'm right here, figure certain things out, so I don't think it's like the company actually going against them. But I do recognize they don't use a lot of their ideas sometimes, but it's probably for a reason, because didn't they have like this really cheap and interesting episode where they had to like film their day or something, and I don't remember. I think Dino suggested it. It was a really interesting idea. It was from like 2018 though. I just thought it was it was a really interesting idea that doesn't take much budgeting or anything, and it's probably very easy to do. But that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.